Wellness Wednesday, and it is a new era for mental health at the workplace.
And one part of better employee mental health is giving employers the tools to make a meaningful difference. So joining us live now to discuss redefining workplace well-being is mental health strategist Catherine Harrison. Catherine, so great of you to come in this morning to join our Wellness Wednesday segment. This is a huge topic, mental health and well-being at the workplace. So many people, I mean, the data is out, 40% of people feel that, you know, their workplace is not prioritizing mental health. And it's complicated because a lot of people get intimidated, or you might have a boss that's toxic. What do you do as an employee?
Yeah, it's a great question, and it's a complicated issue. So in a few minutes, we're not going to solve the whole whole thing. But you know, we have to think about the fact that we spend the majority of our adult lives at work. So the workplaces actually are critical ecosystems that impact the rest of society, right? And one of the things that we need to do first and foremost is to define mental health. If you ask 10 people what is mental health, you'll get 10 different answers. And so we need to learn that mental health is not just a binary, you're perfectly fine, pull up your socks, or you're mentally ill, you know, go away, fix yourself and come back. We need to actually start learning mental health literacy, how to talk about mental health in the workplace, how to reduce stigma about talking about mental health in the workplace, and to your point, increasing our own sense of agency and confidence and competence about communicating our own needs in the workplace. And that's a critical piece. Is there's a gap between what employers say they do, and there's a lot of great work. EAP programs are fantastic. The data shows most people don't use them. And also we have to change that narrative that mental health is something that you do over there, and performance and strategy is something you do over here. They're so interconnected.
Yeah, there's so much to this, obviously, you know, but in terms of like employees just coming to work and, you know, perhaps dealing with, maybe their mental health is an issue that's outside of the workplace environment, but they come to work and they try to put on a brave face, like you said, pull up your socks and get to work. What can employees do, like you said, beyond sort of making a call to EAPs or something like that, to sort of help themselves out, perhaps if their employer isn't taking it as seriously?
Yeah, and that's an excellent point, and probably a fundamental thing for us all to accept. We are whole human beings. So whoever we are also shows up in the workplace. Like we don't cut off parts of ourselves and leave them. So whatever is part of your physical, psychological, social makeup, you bring it to work. And one of the first things that we can do is to understand and honor our own basic human needs. So are we getting enough rest? Are we getting nutrition? Are we getting some movement? Are we lonely? Are we angry and resentful? Are we getting outside at all? Are we tethered to our phones and our laptops? So it's that sense of agency and self-determination that is critical to an employee's sense of well-being, because if we don't have those basic needs met, we are not going to be able to perform even in the best of circumstances, but it makes it even more challenging in a tougher work environment.
It kind of sounds to me like setting boundaries and rules for yourself 100%. Before you even think about.
I mean, in an ideal psychologically safe workplace, we will set boundaries also about workload and about, you know, ways of working and potential toxic dynamics. That's a larger systemic conversation and not something that we can easily fix. But one thing all of us can do, including leaders, HR people, they're humans too. They're stressed out too. We can all ask ourselves, and there's a simple acronym called HALT. You can say, am I hungry? Am I angry? Am I lonely? Am I tired? Have I had movement? Have I been outside? Those are things that we can ask ourselves on any day, at any moment. And that's the boundary, actually, that we say we need to be able to stand up for ourselves and say, you know what? I'm exhausted. I need a half an hour break. I need to go outside and walk. I need to take a pause for the cause, put the phone down. Those are well within our control.
Okay, I really like that acronym, and you know, I wish we had more time for this conversation. Catherine Harrison, mental health strategist, thanks so much for joining us this morning. I'm sure, you know, we'll have you back to talk more about this, because I do think we need to speak up about it.
Yeah, and thank you.
Yeah, appreciate
Thanks
your
so much,
time.
Catherine. Great to meet you. Appreciate you being here.